Well, now we come to the Press Award for an outstanding print article highlighting a story or issue in a developing country. Let's listen to a clip from each of the articles.
Ceausescu's children. Wendell Stevenson for The Guardian. When he came to power in 1966, President Ceausescu had grand plans to stimulate Romania's economy. In his first year, he outlawed abortion for women under 40 with fewer than 4 children, leading to record numbers of babies being abandoned. Wendell Stevenson travelled to Romania to discover their fate. Chanel and I found the train station where he'd lived when he was on the streets when he was 11. In the forecourt had been a ramshackle bar where he cleaned up for money. "This is the fountain where I washed," he said, tour guide for his own past. "Here is the waiting room where I slept. Cold stone floor, missing window panes. This was my corner," he said, and pointed to a metal baggage cart. "Many others were raped or killed at the train station. I remember the cemetery where we buried one of the girls. A man tried to rape her and she resisted, and he killed her. I was 10, and she was only a little older." Out in Africa, why the Kenyan author Binyavanga Wainaina has spoken out about being gay. Tim Adams for Observer New Review. In November, Wainaina published a lost chapter from his memoir titled "I'm a Homosexual, Mum." Tim Adams spoke to him, illuminating 2 competing narratives in Kenya, one riven by fundamentalist religious sectarianism and the other a place of vibrant, nuanced democracy.
In Kenya, Uganda and Nigeria, charismatic churches are now everywhere. As in their American heartlands, the more extreme often preach how to remove, among many other demons, the demon of homosexuality from your child. Their language, Wainaina argues, has invaded every bit of oxygen here. And because of the Christian Church's perceived legitimacy, that language attracts politicians. Nigeria has become a case in point. "Listen," he says, "your nation is being polarized between Islamic militants and Pentecostal reactionaries. What is the single issue they can agree on and unite around? Your popularity is tanking, and so in your desperation, you create not just an anti-gay law, but you blink your eyes to a wave of thuggery, beatings and whippings."
Deadly Dinners, Meera Subramaniam for Nature. Biomass stoves that burn wood, animal dung and charcoal are used by 1/3 of the world's population, but the air pollution that they produce is a major global health threat. Meera Subramaniam interviewed dozens of women and found that improved stoves often sit unused in corners, broken or are simply abandoned.
Lata Kisankare says she does not worry much about the smoke that pours out of the traditional cooking stove standing just outside her front door. The pollution does not bother her, she explains matter-of-factly. It goes up and away. In reality, the smoke from her fire is adding to the pollution in her village and beyond. In India, which now rivals China in terms of air pollution levels, 1/4 of the fine particulate matter in the air originates from household cooking stoves. Results from a global health study project that household air pollution from such fires causes more than 4 million premature deaths annually, more than 1/4 of them in India alone.
Now, to make a presentation of this award, one of Britain's most remarkable investigative journalists, the author of Hack Attack, How the Truth Caught Up with Rupert Murdoch, Phone Tapping, Corruption and Whopping, and much else, author, journalist at The Guardian, Nick Davis.
Hi. An amazing evening, full of heroes. You think of some of the people in those stories are so brave. And then, of course, journalists. I mean, in spite of all the horrible things that are happening to our profession, the financial hassles, the ethical hassles, people trying to kill us, there are journalists involved here, the nominated and the winners, who are so brave and so clever and so creative. Now I'm going to tell you who the winner of the Press Award is. It says, "Out in Africa."
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, One World. And thank you to the Observer, which continues to give time and space for these kind of stories. At a time of rolling news and live updates, it still puts its faith sometimes in long storytelling. In particular, on this occasion, Ursula Kenny, who commissioned this story and who's here tonight. Big thank you to her. It's really due, this piece, to Binyavanga, the subject of it. He's a wonderful and brilliant and brave man, and a great writer. I don't know if you know his work, but if you don't, I do urge you to go and read his memoir, One Day I Shall Write About This Place. He is a great example of fighting bigotry and homophobia, not only with argument and anger, but also with wit and playfulness and huge exuberance. He's a remarkable man. Thank you.